Hello everyone, Priba here from Watch Knitting with another easy tutorial. Today I'll show you how to create a cluster of lotuses in just 4 rows. Previously I shared a lotus stitch tutorial, this one right here, using a different method that created larger lotus motifs in lines over 4 rows. You can find the link to that tutorial down below in the description. For today, I'll use a different technique to create this pattern. This stitch can be used in a variety of projects like cardigans, women's sweater, baby blankets, hats, scarves, throws, anything you like. For this pattern, you'll need to cast on a multi of 2 stitches, and the pattern is worked over 4 rows plus one setup row at the beginning. For my sample, I worked with worsted weight yarn and 2.5 millimeter needles. If you would like a more airy fabric, I recommend using larger needles with your chosen yarn. For today's demonstration, I'm using a finer yarn than my sample, but still working with 2.5 millimeter needles to show you the difference. I have cast on 16 stitches. If you would like to knit along, get your base ready and let's get started. I'm going to start by the setup row. The setup row will be on the wrong side. For the edge stitches, I'm going to pick up at the beginning of the row and knit at the end of the row. For the setup row, we're going to just work purl across this row. Just purl stitches, plain purl stitches for this row. This will be the setup row. You're not going to repeat this anymore. I'm going to fast forward through the rest of this row. Okay, I worked one purl row as a setup. We're going to start with row 1. For row 1, I'm going to start by picking up the edge stitch, and then we're going to work over 2 stitches. The pattern is in multiple of 2 stitches. Before working on 2 stitches, I'm going to start with a yarn over, and then I will knit together these 2 stitches. Let me loosen it a little bit. Then I knit together. I leave the stitches on the needle, and before letting it go, I make another yarn over and knit together again into the same stitch. It means we created 4 stitches out of 2 stitches. I'm going to repeat again. This is the repeat for this row. Yarn over, knit 2 together, another yarn over, again knit 2 together into the same stitch. And pay attention that for yarn over, I wrap the yarn around my needle over it. It's kind of a scooping the yarn. I noticed some people, they do other way. I'm not sure if it works for this stitch, but for this stitch I use this kind of yarn over, scooping the yarn, and then knit 2 together, again another yarn over, and knit 2 together. I'm gonna show you, try to show you the other way if you are not using my style of knitting. You bring the yarn to the front, and then you knit 2 together, and this will create the yarn over I'm talking. So we're gonna have one stitch here and then knit together. So one more time we're gonna bring the yarn to the front and again insert the needle and knit two together, and basically it's gonna be the same thing. I'm more comfortable with my own style, so I'm gonna continue yarn over, knit two together with holding a yarn on my left hand. Let me loosen this stitch here. One more time, yarn over and knit two together. Yarn over, knit two together, yarn over and knit two together. Just repeating same thing over and over. Okay, and I'm done with my stitches. I'm gonna knit the last stitch, my edge stitch. We finished row 1. Now we're gonna work on row 2. For row 2, it's very simple. You're gonna just purl two together everything. I pick up my edge stitch and you purl two together from the beginning of the row. Purl two together, again purl two together these two stitches. So try to remember the order of stitches because you're gonna need it in row 4 when we are offsetting the pattern. As you can see, I have one yarn over that is between two patterns and that stays in the left of this stitch, and we purl two together. That will help you in row 4. Purl two together till end of this row. Okay, and I knit my edge stitch. We finished 2 rows and we already got the first pattern. Now we're gonna work in the offsetting rows. For the offsetting, I'm gonna start by picking up the edge stitch. I'm gonna knit the first stitch here and repeat the similar things process we did in row 1. Yarn over, knit two together, yarn over, knit two together into the same stitch. Yarn over, knit two together, yarn over, knit two together into the same stitch. Very simple pattern, very easy to work for big projects, like for especially for shawls, for cardigans. It looks very nice. Okay. And as you can see, we are kind of bringing two sides close to each other. Stays on between the two motifs we had. And at the end of the row, I will have one knit stitch, like the beginning of the row. That's for offsetting the pattern. And I knit my edge stitch. Now in row 4, which is the last row of the repeat, I'm gonna have one purl stitch at the beginning of the row, single purl stitch, and then we're gonna purl two together everything else. And if you miss that purl, single purl, you may have problems. So the reason that I talked about this yarn over here, that's kind of a clue to help you see which row you are working. Always you're gonna have this yarn over to the left side of this stitch. So we're gonna purl two together everything. And at the end, you're gonna have one single purl stitch like the beginning. And I finish with my edge stitch. So you're gonna repeat from row 1, and you can see it looks different when you use a larger needle with your given yarn. And one more time here, you can compare. And always for relaxing fabric, I use low stem iron. So you can use that and you can get this lovely pattern. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. So stay tuned for more tutorials from my channel. Have a good day. Take care.